I know many people have been talking about this to death, so I wanted to spice things up a little bit. So everything is looking incredibly positive for both Fox and Marvel Studios. Because now that Disney owns both of these companies, that means Marvel has pretty much all of their toys back. And to everyone's delight, the X-Men, Fantastic Four and Deadpool will all be coming home and will eventually join the MCU. And with all that good news, that leads to a lot of speculations on what people would want to see out of this big deal between Fox and Disney. Now it is inevitable that the X-Men, Fantastic Four and Deadpool will be joining the MCU in some way, shape or form. However, what isn't so certain is the future for these characters right as they jump into the MCU. So in this fun little video, I want to talk about each of these franchises and whether Disney should just keep their franchises as they are but just bring them into the MCU, or just flat out reboot them entirely. For the X-Men, we still have the exact same universe that was established from Bryan Singer that has lasted almost 2 decades at this point. For Deadpool, we currently have Ryan Reynolds portraying the character, and as far as I'm concerned, exists in his own little universe, despite how many people claim that Deadpool exists in the alternate timeline. And lastly, we have the Fantastic Four, who are currently still in the Four-stick phase. So let's start with Deadpool, as I personally believe that he is the easiest one to explain. Now many people have been incredibly worried about Deadpool's future because people just don't want to see Ryan Reynolds give up the mantle. And also people don't want to see a watered down version of Deadpool. But the real question is, should Disney retain or reboot Deadpool? And the answer is... retain! Disney are fully aware on how successful Deadpool really is, and they don't want to change any of that. They already went on record in saying that Deadpool will remain an R-rated franchise. And even if Ryan Reynolds takes a bullet in his head, I highly doubt that he would give up the mantle of Deadpool. And plus, explaining on as to how Deadpool came into the MCU is a lot easier than you think. Because there's a lot of theories in that Deadpool is already in the MCU, but just secretly. And despite how violent Deadpool really is as a character, he still kinda blends into the MCU in a strange sense. And if we really want a strange explanation behind this, just say that Deadpool just broke the fourth wall. Or Deadpool appeared in the MCU through a strange portal. Either way, it's a valid explanation for Deadpool, so you know, it works. Next we get to the current X-Men universe, and it's a real shock that they've lasted this long. And overall, these series of movies have been very decisive, both critically as well as the quality of their films. But the real question is, should Disney retain or reboot the X-Men universe? At this point, reboot. At this point, the X-Men is such a huge mess, and it's almost becoming a damaged brand at this point. And it's such a major problem when even the spin-off movies are doing better than the core X-Men films. And at the end of the day, this version of the X-Men don't really belong in the MCU. When you look at the X-Men in the comics, they are quite possibly the most colourful and vibrant characters in the Marvel universe. And at this point, giving them a clean slate in the MCU is the best thing to do. If Fox stuck to their guns and had X-Men First Class as the real reboot for the X-Men franchise, then maybe that version could have remained in the MCU. But given now they wanted to link First Class with the main X-Men universe, they kinda shot themselves in the leg right there, and at this point, again like I said, they need a clean slate. Especially since everything in the timeline is incredibly fucked. And finally we have the Fantastic Four, who are still currently in their Four-stick form. And I've gotta say, what a movie. But the question is, should Disney retain or reboot the Fantastic Four? And at this point, this is a given. It's a must-have retain. That's right, a retain. Retain Four-stick. You know, the Fantastic Four film that everyone loves. And come on, look at how much money they've made. Not even the Avengers can top that. I really can't keep a straight face when I say this. Reboot, reboot, reboot. Simple as that. There's really no two ways about this. The Fantastic Four are in dire need of revival. The Fantastic Four are Marvel's first family, and they really belong in the MCU. If anything, it should be Marvel's main priority to get the Fantastic Four going in the MCU before even Deadpool or the X-Men. Because not only are the Fantastic Four the perfect gateway between the Avengers and the cosmic side of Marvel, but they also possess many great villains such as Doctor Doom, Galactus, and even Kang the Conqueror. And let's not forget about Annihilus, and all of these villains combined could really hold their own in the MCU. But either way you look at it, the whole thing between Fox and Disney is a huge step in the right direction. And the fact that all of these missing properties are coming back home feels like a complete dream come true, and it feels like Christmas. And no matter what, Disney and Marvel will take care of the X-Men, Deadpool and Fantastic Four. So what do you think Disney should do with the X-Men, Fantastic Four and Deadpool? Do you think that they should just keep them the way they are but just transfer them into the MCU, or would you rather have them be completely rebooted anyway? Comment below and share some thoughts. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Take care and have a good one.